Morning, everyone. My name is Bash Prime, and I am accompanied with another fantastic human being.
I am 329th in line, excited for an early morning race.
Now, if I can ask, why 329th specifically?
See, I thought more people would get the reference. It's a SpongeBob joke. Are you a SpongeBob fan?
I mean, as a kid, I was. I haven't watched every single season, or I mean, if it's from the first few seasons where the SpongeBob jokes really matter, then
It is. It's from one of the early episodes.
Okay, yeah, that I've definitely failed you.
All right, if we have a lull later in the race, I'll give you the full explanation.
Wait, is it from Rock Bottom?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I get it now. Fantastic. In any case, it is. Oh, our runners have just gotten started, and they have begun with the light ammo expansion on Umos 1.
Yep, they're off, and
the courtesy of waiting for us to do our intros. That's a joke. How are we supposed to know? Anyways, I'm gonna shut up now. Go.
all I was gonna say was the seeds have had those little GA agreements, so people can change some of the settings. And I do believe this morning we're running on required first missile and required first power bomb.
And I believe final bosses are turned off too, so you won't have that randomness of a potential Dark Samus 4 happening on top of Emperor Ring 3 doing its usual shenanigans.
As I've heard so many times, final boss is off. The real way to play Echoes.
I understand, even if I prefer having final bosses on. Anyway, this is Alpha Splinter, the hardest boss in the game. It does a whopping 20 damage, I think. And then you have no E-tanks. Probably one of my least favorite part of the main energy controller start, even if it gets you in the action that much quicker. But hey, trade-offs are trade-offs.
It's not often we see him fought with the vanilla loadout.
If only they had 10 missiles to work with, in 100%, because then you can breeze through this title a little bit faster. The regular Dark Splinters will die in one missile, and then you can try to farm a refill by running out of missiles. And Violet. Oh, I thought that was Equalizer for a second. It was green on my end. I gotta blame my blue light reducer. It's pretty early in the morning here for me, and I'm still running on my coffee, hoping it kicks in more. And that looked like Amber in Transport B Access.
Yeah, it was definitely a translator, but I didn't get a look at the color.
Yeah, with this being a vanilla elevator layout, Amber, or vanilla elevator, vanilla translator gate layout, early Amber's nice. So knowing Belattor, I wouldn't put it past them, I would say, to check or potentially go for tasks early. Or knowing Belattor's skill, I don't know if they specifically go for this trick. And it looks like they're just going straight to Aegon. Or at least Aegon elevator. Works too because the Violent Hint and the Luminath Corpse Hint are also in their control. A beam-related upgrade in a Cursed Lake. So, seeing that early on always raises the possibility of super missiles, and that ended up being the case for, I believe, Diceron's race last week. So, supers, of course, very much confirmed. Power bombs start, so I wonder if Belattor is going to go right back to Dynamo Chamber. And another translator on Temple Grounds. Methinks that is Emerald.
Yeah, might have quite a few options open to us early on with all these translators.
I wonder if we're going to see more ball bombs or something else early in Transport A access on the way. Are you sure we're seeing two different players? We're seeing, okay. Now the movement's different. I love how neck and neck it was. I mean, we're 4 minutes in, so it's not going to matter too much.
Always enjoy seeing a close race.
Golb's claiming it's obviously a Cobalt translator. Given Golb's experience with Echo's randomizer, I wouldn't put it past them to be correct. Oh, there's Emerald. No. Cobalt could be here too. We don't know. Watch, it'll be somewhere like Fortress Transport Access. Okay, so seeing Belattor on Morph, they're gonna do the collision. Wow, nice. That was where my first SDK was in yesterday's race.
Yeah, happy to stumble upon those.
So unfortunately, because I'm sleep deprived, I couldn't find the words for the terrain abuse for like 2 minutes there. Okay, like 30 seconds. But yeah, you can just get up to the top part of that, or the middle part of communication area with some standable terrain that doesn't look like you can stand on it, but you can. And the worst slope jump in the game. This is the content that this is why I signed up for this race. I just knew in advance somehow that the slope jump would be something both players would do, and Belattor are definitely going to dupe that energy tank.
That's a great item to be able to copy early on.
I'm sorry, I thought Crash was in GFMC. Oh. Yeah, neither player's missiles, so... Oh wait, they have power bombs to get out. This is why this is a safe play. Imagine me forgetting they have power bombs. Yeah, I think Belattor just realized they can't quite make it to Sacred Path yet. But that's okay. I believe with beginner settings having screw attack for this kind of dip as well with this in the logic. Yeah, transport center missile. With these settings, not the best. Oh, Beldor's out of. Wait, were they able to spawn the splinters? Huh, I guess you could do it from below the top part, but I think Beldor's going to have to go back. And what sucks about communication area is that after you visit it the first time, any enemies that you the war wasps that you can kill don't drop anything. The splinters in the previous layer do. These splinters don't count. So I don't fault Belattor for this, because I do this all the time too. And I mean, if you don't get a drop, then you kind of have to come back here anyways.
And Crash getting a drop over there on his side, and how quickly we even it up.
Mm-hmm. Did Crash already blow up one of the powerbomb gates? I don't remember.
No, I don't think he's been in that far. So I thought he had more than just. I thought he had more than just the one. I thought he was getting a full run. He's gonna have to go back.
Yeah, unfortunately, you kind of have to do this if you don't have regular morph ball bombs or space jump boots. Because this seed can't possibly be that nice, right, in the beginning?
It's pretty empty seed so far.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Belattor just opting to go back to Great Temple to go check the item there in Transport Area Access. And they have power bombs, so they can obtain it. There's KrashBoomBang's second trip back to GFMC to get that refill. mean, we're in the first 10 minutes, so this kind of routing isn't going to be hugely impactful. Plenty of opportunities for either player to make gambles that work out or don't work out throughout the race. And Belattor has a reason to come here because of aggression. And oh, there's morph ball bombs. Wow.
That is certainly going to help early on with ammo resourcing.
Also will help with some of the early Aegon traversal. Not having to rely on necessarily on stuff like a bridge. Also puts Belattor at a good vantage point in Mining Plaza to check the item without space jump.
And yeah, that was the Amber translator.
Nice. Belattor's in a good position to just clear out early Aegon, assuming they find space jump in a reasonable spot. Oh, right. Amber was back here, so that no wonder Belattor came back.
You got to feel good with armed with so many translators heading into this. Going to be able to pick up all the hints all the way up until Sank.
Actually, it's really convenient that bombs were where they were because it doesn't require a third trip back for Amber. Granted, that's not necessarily a bad thing because you can always teleport back to main energy controller. So even though Hive Chamber B is in logic, Belattor opting to go to Aegon instead, that's usually a play that I make. If I know that I can do Bomb Guardian, then I will opt to delay Hive Chambers until Dark Missile Trooper becomes a thing, or becomes available. Oh, seeing a chat from Digglerath that Crash realized they didn't have a way up Mining Plaza. Granted, there are ways you can get up there with no bombs or missiles, but I would assume that Crash is just playing the logic here, which is good because they're gonna net themselves more ball bombs if they go back to Great Temple. Space pirates strangely dislike theft. That's one of the new joke hints that I added along with Dark Zero with in 2.4. There's a couple of good new ones in there. There's the Halsey quote, they'll eat me, eat, as well as holding L lets you walk faster, or something along the lines of that. There's a few more too, but I forget which ones they are.
I think I saw was power bombs or just space hamburgers. Was that one?
Yeah. Which is 100% correct.
And Crash making the right play on his side, going to be picking up those morph ball bombs, and hopefully as well as his Amber translator.
It's nice seeing Energy Tank in GFMC to give an early, healthy start to this seed. I'm surprised Belattor is coming back. Oh yeah, he just realized missiles are in Transport Center. Yeah, makes sense to dip into Dark Aegon early just to get access to that missile launcher.
No, that being able to double that power, that energy tank is great. A lot of these seeds we've been seeing have been
Chica is dead.
Pretty low on health early on.
Yeah, so if you dip in here before fighting Bomb Guardian, the bomb slot is just in the puzzle, or by extension are immediately available. For whatever reason, with the layer change that happens after defeating Bomb Guardian, the pirate fight locks the room and locks the bomb slot, but not if you come here beforehand. Oh, and Crash going to check Temple Assembly site item. I didn't quite see what it was, so we'll find out in just a bit here. Oh, another E-Tank. Nice. I can see why Belattor skipped it, but 3 E-Tanks in the first 15 minutes is pretty good. Sometimes that's all you have to work with for the seed. Granted, if you have like light suit, then it's not a big deal. At least in my opinion.
Well, and also without final bosses on.
Oh yeah,
you
there you go.
may not be looking for a suit too much unless we need it for a key.
All right, gotta have 3 tank, Varia only boost guardian coming up. Calling it right now. Looked like a missile expansion up there in Crossroads. Yeah, this is probably the right play to just double dip into Dark Aegon. For the sake of getting Bomb Guardian out of the way, and then especially since Dark Beam is nowhere to be found yet, I think it makes more sense to kill Bomb Guardian first and then dive into a potential Jump Guardian play. KrashBoomBang earning some wisdom as well from that hint. And regular missile launcher in Transport Center. So at least since Belattor got that missile expansion, they won't have to worry about refill shenanigans in terms of the random number generator. So even though Echoes has a much better drop system than Prime 1 does, whereas Prime 1 is like almost entirely, it's weighted RNG, and with Echoes, if you've run out of ammo or are low on health, you are pretty much guaranteed to get large refills of a given ammo. So if you're out of power bombs, you will almost always, your next drop will be a power bomb refill. Not always. Sometimes you get bad luck and it can really screw you, but it doesn't happen very often. But with 5 missiles, for whatever reason, oh, Command Center Dark Beam, wow. Might be seeing space jump boots coming up. Granted, that could also be vanilla. Could also be on Dark Missile Trooper. In either case, Belattor making the right call here, I think.
Yeah, that Dark Beam hint is good knowledge to have. And making quick use of the Bomb Guardian there with the Power Bomb.
It's one of the big benefits of early power bombs. Bomb Guardian becomes a thing of the past. Dark Alpha Splinter becomes a thing of the past. Space Jump on Bomb Guardian, wow. So we might I wonder if Belattor is going to do a Temple Grounds dip after these initial Aegon checks, or if they're going to go stick around in Aegon for the sake of Dark Beam. Actually, they should go get Dark Beam right now and then do Dark Aegon if they want to. Wow. Actual linear and good early game hints, even if they're not like super impactful, because both players will inevitably find both beams. Usually it just happens that there's an Aegon, but sometimes they're in Temple Grounds too.
No, it just helps cutting down on the search.
Mm-hmm.
So with those hints... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You're good.
No, I was just going to say, with those hints, we have knowledge of where both our Light and Dark Beam are, so I would imagine Belattor is going to prioritize that.
Now, if I were a betting man, Light Beam would be vanilla, but that's the viewer in me hoping for an unfortunate seed layout for both players, which is pretty selfish and weak to be, I will admit.
Well, it'd be interesting to see how this one opens up. A pretty dry start. Kind of going through Aegon and Dark Aegon as more or less vanilla.
Yeah, aside from like the early command center play, it's pretty. I would say it's a pretty reasonably typical like linear start. Sometimes you kind of want that I don't know, there's something comfy about not being challenged early in the beginning, where it's like, oh my god, like I'm already having to make gambles when it comes to Aegon plays. And that can happen if you don't have space jumper bombs and you could possibly go into labs with just light beam. It's like, okay, well, is dark beam gonna be vanilla? Because that was the case for me with my seed against Dark Zero, but I think also part of that was tournament nerves as well. So I think in Belattor's case, it's probably going to make sense for them to dip into if I were doing this, I'd probably do Storage B followed by Dark Labs dip, but admittedly Dark Labs only gets access to 2 items, Incashed 1 and Doomed Entry. But then with light version of Labs, you have Storage D, Storage B. Or actually, no, Belattor can pretty much clear up all the light side labs, barring Storage C, which is Super's locked. Oh, that's neat. I never thought about doing that during the alpha sandworm fight. Using the time that you have waiting for the cutscene to destroy the bombable rocks, or sandstone, I should say.
I'm pretty sure that Belattor did the same thing.
I don't know, I'm still hoping for the vanilla light beam check. Granted, it's not statistically likely to be there compared to Jump Guardian, Broom Closet, or Incashed 4, but hope remains for me. Light Beam and Dark Oasis. Come on, Digglerath. Imagine if Dark Oasis has like a change where you can make it available as soon as you enter the room instead of fighting Powerbomb Guardian. Alright, don't blink. Hi, Dark Samus 1. Bye, Dark Samus 1.
Yeah, much like the Bomb Guardian, Dark Samus kind of evaporates when you lay a power bomb. So
yeah,
only the first time, unfortunately.
Power bombs turn her armor into tissue paper.
And just another E-Tank up here, so relatively healthy seed compared to what we've been seeing in the rest of the matches, though.
All right, are we going to see a beam upgrade hint in Dark Oasis for totally light beam check? It is beam. Wow. I would say most likely that would be like Annihilator beam if that were a beam. I guess you could have potential light beam in Dark Oasis, but you'd have to have a particularly nasty seed for that to be a thing. And you would need an Annihilator for that to become a reality. This is a check I sometimes don't do. I just will sometimes skip bioenergy production in favor of going for known quantities in terms of items, such as Light Beam and Dark Aegon. But I mean, we're still pretty early on in Aegon traversal, so it doesn't hurt. It's a few more minutes, and you know, it's actually kind of smart. Belattor can backtrack and return to command center by way of sand processing and storage, main reactor. Also could take the save station and save warp to Temple Grounds and do some cleanup there. But knowing that Light Beam is here in Aegon, or Dark Aegon, I should say. I think it makes sense for Belattor to wait until he at least collects Dark Light Beam.
Yeah, I'm getting the sense that it might be on Jump Guardian here.
Just for the sake of offering up some, I guess, competition, if that's what you would call it, I'll say Broom Closet. No, I'll say Incash 4.
But a life support system is going to be in the Incash in Battlegrounds.
Okay. So I, for one, am happy that Belattor has dipped into Dark Labs. They're not explicitly soft locked here. They just have to take the long way around to get to Feeding Pit and by extension to Incash 1. A little dangerous standing next to the Phazon crate. The Inglets can destroy it, and that you take 75 damage, which is survivable with 2 tanks, but, or I guess 3 tanks, but you don't always have 3 tanks to work with in the start. My gosh, this Crash of 4 tanks.
Yeah,
That's
Crash
incredible.
picked up that extra energy tank in was it assembly site?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've been following this tournament at all, this is definitely one of the healthier starts we've had.
Mm-hmm. Crash getting trolled by the space pirate, I think, but since they haven't checked storage B, it's fine. Got at least one person in chat is hoping that Light Beam is going to be vanilla. I too am holding out hope for vanilla Light Beam. It feels so good to make that gamble and then have it pay off in spades. You can literally just jump to that platform. That's great. Didn't know that, actually. I just did the dash. Those night barbs are pretty annoying. Ah, there we go. Belattor can do the swag strat. Okay, I can see why they soft lock themselves. Dark Aegon Key 3 in Incash 1.
That's rough.
I don't know when they last saved.
Well, Belattor saved about halfway through his run in the Dark Labs.
Oh, he did do Dark Lab save. Okay, I was looking at Crash's screen. So I know they didn't save in Lightside when they were passing back through sand processing.
Crash
So I was a
picked
little
up his
concerned.
Fifth E-tank on Crash's.
Oh my god. Are we gonna see like a required dip into Planet Dark Worship without the Dark Suit?
Yeah, so all we do know is that Light Beam cannot be on a Morbus.
Do we know that Morbus is dead? I didn't see if
No, I don't think we know what's on there, but
oh right, because the key.
that key locking that, yeah.
Yep. That's yeah, it's actually gonna be probably a relief for both players once Crash realizes what that room has. Sooner or later, you'll be blessed by Olir's words, whether you're in Sanctuary Energy Controller or not.
I'm still holding out for Jump Guardian.
That's completely fair. Aaron's saying that they thought that playing a Dark Warship without suit isn't logical on beginner settings. That I think you might be correct. I'll have to check the Randomania database. I think that's like a intermediate setting or above. Now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, Galt confirming that it is intermediate. Yeah, logically it's 1500 ink flaw damage. And the only way to get around that, I think, is just having screw attack.
And interesting, Crash did not make his way through the Dark Labs. So let's see. I think maybe he's heading over to Jump Guardian.
That's actually gonna work out. I think both plays can make sense. If you have Dark Beam, going into early Dark Aegon isn't a bad choice. You have 3 checks available, 4 if you get Spider Ball.
Oh, I fully support Bellator's play with where he was with what he had to go ahead and dig through there. And it would have been a huge play if it ended up being there too.
Right. May not be all that much of a time loss if Crash ends up diving into Doomed Entry.
Yeah, it's important to point out a lot of this early game is covering each other's steps anyway.
So Crash is doing a Broom Closet first, and I would say some players are probably happy to see this. I myself am guilty of doing Jump Guardian first and then falling back into the room, then jumping back up to do Broom Closet. It's not the most efficient movement, admittedly. Belattor going through the I don't know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something funny, but nothing comes to mind. It's just the sand falls very slow. The sand
It
river.
reminds me of being in the airport, like on those automated yeah, the flat escalators, just standing there with your luggage. And as we see on Crash's side, taking care of the loaded hitbox but unloaded model of Jump Guardians. He's going to deal almost all the damage right here, skip the fight, and then should be 1 or 2 shots when he actually starts the fight to just finish it off.
Oh my god, they do have the same energy. It's crazy with the airport. I'm dead, dude.
I wish I knew what they were called. We'd be even funnier.
I've always heard them being called walking escalators or conveyor. I mean, they're just oversized conveyor belts, right?
Yeah.
People conveyor belts.
Hello, Jump Guardian. Goodbye,
Crash
Jump
making some
Guardian.
good work out of Jump Guardian. Belattor will be following suit. A little sad that my... wow, we were both wrong. That's crazy. So that rule basically means that it's in Cache 4, I believe.
Oh, and a Sky Temple key hanging out down there.
Yeah. So Spider's going to be required unless they wall crawl for it.
It's always great to stumble upon those as you're just running.
Mm-hmm. It's not the best news, but having that certainty is something that I prefer having versus
And there it is.
unknown.
Crash picking up his light beam. Now the question is, where do you go from here with your loadout? Because you do have a lot of translators. Now we're missing our missile upgrades, so that does limit some stuff. But
so with 5 E-tanks, I don't know if abandoned base portal without a suit is a thing in beginner logic, but going to Torvis, especially with like power bombs as well as Emerald Translator, looks like a very attractive option to me personally. You get guaranteed hints, and you get 2 more violet hints on the way to when you go through meeting grounds. So that is a gamble that both players can certainly take after getting light beam. It's not a thing in Logic. Okay, I could see either player doing this and breaking Logic that way. Given that the only thing that stands in the way is a super missile or a dark suit.
No, I feel the Torvis play. I've seen too many races in the last week or so where the Torvis Sank split and Torvis was the payoff. So.
Oh wow, because Sank is in Logic with the main power bombs as well. I mean, Sank Spider Side is not a bad option to dive into for 3 quick checks. Granted, logically, only Hazing Cliff would be available for both players right now. Or Belattor as soon as he gets light beam.
I see chat saying Torvis isn't in Logic. Not without at least supers or dark suit.
Right. But I mean, I personally, I still think it isn't a bad idea to dip into Torvis. You can at least get some of the early checks out of the way, and then the hints alone, I think, are pretty powerful too.
Well, since kind of we started out early with all these translators, that was my first thought.
Right.
Was, you have access to so much information.
Yeah.
And we do see Crash moving into Dark Labs, so just going to be covering each other's tracks there.
Yeah, that's practically 3 hints in a row, and that'll be and 4 if or 4 more if supers end up being found in Torvis.
Now we haven't seen any other keys yet, but interesting thought. If Crash picks up that Agon key, it's going to save him a trip back here if something ends up being on a Morbus.
And if a Morbus ends up being required, then this routing helps Crash for sure, because Beldor has to come back. Granted, they just have to dip into Feeding Pit and get out. Did Crash enter Battleground? I didn't see if he did.
No, this is where he went straight here.
Gotcha. Aaron's saying she would do Mineshaft and then go into labs from Event Area A. Yeah, agreeable. It's those are pretty quick checks, given that they're already in Aegon. In early game, it never hurts to full clear, I would say. First 40 minutes so that you're in Aegon Wastes.
And my memory lapse, apparently Belattor picked up an Aegon key. I don't remember that one. So Crash actually has 2 Aegon keys.
Yeah, they picked theirs up. Where were they when they got it?
Oh, it was right there in Doomed Entry, just sitting on the ledge was the other one.
Right. They have to go get it again because they had to warp back out, but... Oh, wait, no, they didn't. I'm sorry. There's Dark Suit. Okay, so Torvis is in Logic now.
5 E-Tanks and Dark Suit.
Yeah, I'd be immediately suspicious of Torvis now. Also, playing a Dark Worship is a thing. Maybe not so much as going into Torvis, but... If you have possible knowledge that supers might be in Torvis, then... Or just... anything required, let alone supers. Kind of admirable that Crash is going for fighting the Warrior Ring here. Granted, it is pretty ammo intensive.
And now again,
like
the
6 or 5. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, just those routing differences here. You see Belattor heading over to Sank, and depending on what's in Culling Chamber and stuff like that, Crash is going to be able to make a little more progress, or Hazing Cliff. Or they don't have Spider Ball, but still, he'll be armed with his Dark Suit when he heads in there.
Yeah, I mean, Beldor has 5 tanks, so dipping into Sank with this much health isn't a really concern. Belattor could also make the gamble and do, I don't know what that was. Was that Cobalt or ammo expansion? Kind of blended in with the background in Hall of Combat Mastery. So Aaron's guess is still that logical Torvus access to supers even with the Stark suit play. I guess when you have Sanctuary available to you, especially if Spider-Ball gets found early, then that makes more sense. Because you don't have, like, too many item checks in Upper Torvus. Wow, that's big. Not necessarily required for finishing the game, but it's going to make a lot of movement very trivial for Belattor.
Yeah, that is a jackpot find.
Oh, and that puts Sand Canyon in logic as well. If Sand Canyon has supers, then that's huge. That's I don't think I've ever found supers before on Sand Canyon, but there's always a first time for everything, especially with this tournament. That being said, I did not see what was in Cooling Chamber, so if there was something important there as well, then
yeah, Belattor looked, it was so quick I didn't catch it either. He kind of looked like he went straight for Hazing Cliff. Yeah, that puts a lot of interesting possibilities at Sand Canyon. We could see Spider Ball there.
Okay, it looks like Belattor is going for the Sand Canyon check.
And a translator. I didn't catch where it was. Might be our last one. Okay, I'm seeing Cobalt.
Dark Visor on Sand Canyon. Wow. Don't know if we have anything on the in-cache yet.
We do have a life support system on Battleground in-cache.
Oh. Oh my god, is it also going to have a suit? I mean, I feel like that's so unlikely, but it's not impossible. Just improbable, I would say.
Yeah, that was the only one of note. Have a possibility of being something good.
We're gonna see like super missiles and feeding pit. Also could be a seeker missile away from a Cursed Lake having supers. Yeah, this route divergence is gonna pay off, I think, hugely for one player and not for the other. But I could be wrong. Could be good for both players in some way.
Well, again, it's so funny how these things flip back and forth, because when Crash went through here, we were talking about Crash having the advantage. But now that Bellator is going back through here, not only is he going to be able to grab that Agon key if it's necessary, but he's going to pick up a suit as well, and whatever's on that in-cache now. So
Bellator's going to be in a good spot, though, for Torvus, because Torvus Lagoon, Bellator can do with their underwater screw attack, if that ends up being a requirement.
A Morbus says missile something. It looked like it might have said launcher, which
doesn't make sense, because missile launcher was in Torvus.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that could refer to Seekers. It said expansion. Okay.
Expansion, okay, so Morbus is dead. I didn't quite see what they found on Mining Plaza, but something tells me that it may not be important. Granted, maybe I'm wrong. They just haven't found Echo yet. Yeah, it looks like we're not seeing both suits in Battleground, which is incredible, but it would be incredible otherwise.
Well, maybe next time.
Now imagine this: Seekers in Plano Dark Warship to an immediate supers on Accursed Lake. Yeah, Crash gonna have a little bit of advantage in knowledge here, at least until Belattor catches up. Well, not catches up, but also goes to Torvis at some point. Umos being dead, so I think all we're looking at now is whether Quad has anything. So Morbus is dead, Chica's dead.
Ooh, and another Sky Temple key.
Yeah, that'll be a pretty easy one to pick up. A little out of the way, but works out if you factor in if you go out of bounds in that room to get back into the rest of Torvis, which is what I pretty much always do. Granted, I also like try to screw attack into that room when practically it's probably more effective just going to Forgotten Bridge. It's only 2 rooms away. Or technically 3, but who's counting?
Oh, those out of bounds tricks are so far beyond anything I can even comprehend. And another Sky Temple key.
So red keys are pretty much dead at this point. So I mean that could be Hive, but I mean it's not going to matter. With the 3 BSJ and with a 1 BSJ and screw attack, or even a 3 BSJ, the Hive Temple Gate is pretty trivial to skip over. Also, if they end up finding Annihilator, then that's quad access. Although with the gate, you would technically need an Annihilator to get into Hive Gyro Chamber. Translator and Under Temple. That's great. I didn't see that when Crash scanned it.
Oh yeah, we were. Somebody dropped in chat. Cobalt on Powerbomb Guardian. So
as they're saying, decent chance that Dark Visor and Screw Attack just don't do anything for a while. It's possible. It's possible Screw Attack's only guarding Dark Visor and nothing else.
And another Sky Temple key. Keys are wild this morning.
Wouldn't put it past either player to find supers here in Torvis somewhere. Unless they were in Torvis Temple, but I haven't seen. I don't think they've checked Torvis access from below because it doesn't really make sense for them to go that way. Unless they were coming back from unless they came in from the Aegon elevator and already had supers to begin with. Oh, so you literally just mentioned the SDK there. That's my bad.
Now, but with this grab, that's going to be key number 3 in tow and knowledge of 2 more that were currently inaccessible. So,
right.
We had a slow start to the seed getting out of...
Our supers here. I think they have to be. Or, no, never mind. They don't have to be, because I guess Sank could have stuff. I don't know if... Both players checked Mining Shaft, right?
I think so.
And I don't think they've gone to Plan Dark Worship yet. Or checked the second GFMC item.
No, we haven't seen that. Yeah, we had a slow start to this with items, but now...
I think we've seen supers on GFMC already in tournament, which is amusing. And I don't know if Crash checked... the Crash hasn't even done Dark Upper Torvis yet, which nets him 3 items. Or 2? Putrid Alcove and Venomous Pond.
And now we see Belattor making his way through early Torvis. Gonna get some hints and a couple of Sky Temple keys, but...
Yeah, I wonder how much of Torvis Bellator is also going to commit to. It's possible he might tip out as well, but... It's going to be interesting if supers end up being here.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Crash's choice is here, because we do have some of those earlier Temple Ground checks back available now. But he hasn't done, might have sank on the mind as they do have that early access.
You could ride in Pod W to Forge Transport. Or not Forge Transport, GFMC. And then also, with Screw Attack, both Wind Chamber locations are in Logic as well. Could find supers there. Which is convenient for both players since they opened up the Wind Chamber Gateway Super Missile Door from Path of Eyes. We're going to see Crash go into Pod W. Palace of Darkness Warship.
Mixing up your games there.
Helmosaur is just waiting in Dark Torvus Temple.
Well, that's going to be tough because they don't have a hammer.
Sorry. That's who's the Skullwoods boss?
Well, no, Mothula.
Yeah, Mothula.
But Helmosaur is Pod. Yeah, so
Mothula and Dark Torvus Temple. Need Seekers for and Hookshot for Mothula.
Yeah, Crash did skip over Dark Torvus.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what
If
Bellator
it ends up being
chooses to
Baron,
do.
that's huge. Wow, I was paying attention to Belattor, not even seeing what Crash found in Pod W.
I couldn't see what it was, but he got close enough that he didn't want it. So
Oh, he didn't get it. Okay.
yeah, I couldn't see what it was.
Dead.
I don't think we saw
Have we seen
Dark Missile Trooper either.
Or Hive Chamber B? Nice Crash. Crash getting the elevator scan as well. That's what I've started doing. with these gate scans. I've only just recently started to factor in scanning the elevator when I lower the gate in transport area. It's great. So Belattor also gonna wrap up their Torvus dip with having 3 SDKs under their belt.
So just a light ammo expansion on the Dark Missile Trooper, but we'll see what else is hiding down here.
Yeah, if something was if supers were in Hive Chamber B this entire time, which is kind of plausible considering that those SDKs were kind of in Logic without supers, even if it was like a point of no return dip. But we also haven't seen supers in Aegon, so okay, yeah.
It's missiles, but not the ones we want.
Nope. At this point, we're looking at either like early mid-temple grounds with GFMC and oh, you know what we also have? We have Phazon grounds. But maybe Seekers will be found first, and then that opens up. If Seekers are the next item, then that's huge for Belattor because if a Cursed Lake ends up having supers. Again, this is all speculation though, but you just never know, like, what. We don't know how good of a position either player is in yet. Like, Dark Visor could be meaningless for the time being.
Did Belattor not do... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're good.
Did Belattor not do Dark Torvus? Did I miss that?
He did not either. Oh, but he's going... Looks like he's going back on that decision.
I was going to say, I trust these runners and their capabilities much more than my own, so maybe there's a good reason.
Oh, he's stuck anyways. He's stuck anyways. I think he thought he had supers, or he just auto-piloted, which is, I do that constantly, going back to Path of Eyes without supers. So either he's going to save warp out, or he's going to commit to Dark Taurus. Maybe this will change his mind. He'll do Dark Taurus, which would be big. Could find Seekers here out of Logic.
Yeah, I feel like unless there's something I'm missing, that it's a really good reason to try to catch it.
He's leaving. Chat, did Belattor and Crash check Lagoon? I didn't see you mentioned what item was there. Oh my gosh, Digglerath saying Super's in Torvis Energy Controller, and now I'm just like, yes.
Yeah, Lagoon was power bombs.
Oh, Powerbomb expansion. Cheeseburger, let's go.
This will be interesting.
Oh, Crash is starting to catch up a little bit. Looks like he's going to sink.
I was just going to say, Crash might be making that play. He's going to grab his screw attack and subsequently Dark Visor as well. And that'll kind of level us out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because both players are kind of even with the checks they've done. Belattor might do Pod W now. And then, what was I going to say? Yeah, Crash about to... Oh, nope, they're dipping into Aegon. Or not? Oh, I think he realized that maybe it's worth at least checking for intel. And that is happening, so Crash will more than likely find his screw attack if... I mean, it makes sense to check Hazing Cliff.
Crash definitely going to be rewarded with this, albeit we don't know how important it is early on, but it's going to help with movement and efficiency, so good to have no matter what.
Yeah, that looks like it might be an energy tank. Or that might be dark ammo, actually.
I see it looks orange to me. Like a missile expansion, but I just couldn't see it.
Yeah, I think the save on bandwidth, the commentary stream we get is 30 FPS. It might be 720p, but commentators kind of frequently deal with like the SD games having faraway objects look kind of pixelated. Whereas, if I mean that's kind of laziness on my part though, because I can just have the Twitch restream open and just see what it is on a delay, since that's in a higher quality. All right, screw attack for boom, screw attack for Crash. Boom, Tetris for Crash. All right, is Dark Torvis going to be nothing?
I'm happy to see the ship check here because this has been sitting out for a little bit.
I've found so many... Oh, is that a red key? Oh, it's the last Aegon key. Oh, but Morbus is dead. Great.
Not to be sadistic, but has anybody checked what's in that top gate when you walk in for Aegon?
I thought Belattor checked it, but I could be wrong. I'm sorry, Digglerath. I got excited. I have no idea what that is in Random Chamber. Okay, Belattor at least knows that they don't have power bombs, so they have to kill both pirates for probable. Oh, they don't have power bombs. Did the first one drop one? I think this is a room where I have to kill the two pirates to get a possible powerbomb drop. Oh, RNG is not playing in their favor right now. I have to wait just a little bit longer to see what Wind Chamber Gateway might have.
Yeah, as chat talking about, screw attack is not necessarily required for this because final bosses are off. But if final bosses are on, you need screw attack to reach the final bosses. That doesn't mean that screw attack isn't going to be blocking an STK though. But yeah, it just helps you move around a lot more efficiently.
I think the last the no final boss seed I did, I ended up having to get Spider and screw attack regardless to finish the seed.
I hate the sound of those tunnels. It's gross.
Think of stirring a big pot of macaroni and cheese.
So back with power bombs.
What's it
Able
gonna
to get
be?
through here.
Oh, it's an E-tank.
This is literally the opposite of every seed I've watched this tournament.
It's like one check, I think, that opens up. I mean, I'm guessing it's super missiles, but I could be wrong. But supers open up. Like I said, it could be either super missiles or spider ball or seekers in the case of getting access to the rest of Sanctuary logically. But
Spider ball would be an interesting turn.
I mean, for what it's worth, any one of those items will, I think, make a clear distinction on where this seed goes. Which for both players will be apparent because they've cleared most of the game already that they can access logically. If Phase on the Grounds backtrack to go back to like Torbis or something as a requirement, then nice. Oh my god, if it's a suit in Phase on Grounds and they have to go to the feeding pit. It's big. Oh my god, is that a suit? It's a big glowy. That looks like a suit. It is a suit. It does
indeed.
It's a suit!
As if the E-tanks weren't enough, we are now fully protected as we are running the light suit on Bellator's side. Nice pickup.
And Bellator doesn't have Seekers, so they have to backtrack back to GFMC to check Fortress Transport Access. Oh, Jigglewrath, you generated the speed, didn't you?
Well, what's worse is if Seekers is over there in Fortress Transport Access. That's intended.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Hive Entrance is also a thing. They have power bombs. They have Dark Visor, or Bellator has Dark Visor, and oh, Crash never got Dark Visor, did they?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, that could be so big for Bellator now.
I think that's at a movement system and flying in cache. These hints go by so fast.
Yeah, with the suit, I would be checking the light suit required stuff. I think Bellator is gonna. I wonder what Bellator is gonna do.
Yeah, it could be gravity at Welliquary. Do the with the hint system, Bash? Do you know? Do the morph ball? Do they count towards movement systems?
No, movement systems are space jump boots, gravity boost, grapple beam. I think that's it, unless I'm missing something. But no, those are specifically called morph ball systems. At least now they are.
Well, that's less enticing then. We have a movement system in Reliquary.
That could be big if gravity boost locks like a SDK in Transport Tunnel East or South. But that's not hugely probable.
Well, with what we know, it's a flip of the coin on gravity or grapple.
Is Bellator doing this with boostless? They are. Okay. I can see this making sense for intel purposes. It's been an hour. Might as well get out of the way. And it's an SDK. Wonderful.
So there are only 3 SDKs that we don't know about right now.
That's crazy. I really wonder if Hive Entrance is going to be the next logical line.
Yeah, and that
Hive Entrance for Torbis access.
That limits what we may even need. Because there's only three keys that we don't know about, and everything else we at least know we can get with Spider Ball or some other things when we pick that up.
Morph Ball rid up. That could be power bombs. The skeptic in me. I mean, that could be like boost ball or something too. Like they haven't found anything minus morph ball bombs and power bombs. Something tells me it's going to be like Feeding Pit or Fortress Transport Access, but I mean, who knows? And like neither player has seeker missiles as well. So going into Sanctuary from entrance is not even a possibility at the moment.
Crash gonna pick up his light suit. That light suit is a slightly scary find, though, because that extends the depths of where we could have to be searching as we move on.
Only by a little bit, though, because it's only like 3 checks that they open up. Granted, we also have not seen oh, that also opens up Poison Bog for potential super missiles, but I don't think we had a beam upgrade. And even though a super missile looks like a gigantic missile, it's considered a beam upgrade because it is a beam combo for Randomania.
Yes, we did see a spider lock key.
So boost and spider are both required, or at least if Belattor picks up Cannonball, then they can get Hall of Honor dead.
Yeah, I'm still surprised about that Dark Torvis play.
Yeah, I mean, for the sake of gambling, I can see it, but I don't know. I think with making that cannon gamble, you might as well just, it's 2 checks, and it wouldn't have taken that long. And you can either save warp out of the Venomous Pond save station, or just go back into Light Torvis.
Yeah, the only real outlying thing right now is Crash is going to have to stop by Sand Canyon and pick up his Dark Visor. We don't know that it's
logical. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
But even if a play seems illogical, like with Dark Torvis Reminder, this is tournament. Like, nerves are definitely a thing for the top players. So, as much as it doesn't make sense, quote unquote, like, there's other factors that make their decision making very reasonable from my experience. FTA is dead. And I never knew for a long time that you could just morph and roll back into the main room, which is also nice because the turret doesn't seem to care about you once you do that.
Yeah, I never knew until I watched Belattor do it just now.
Yeah, my point is there is absolutely a rhyme and reason for both players' decision making. Sometimes it's worth not potentially losing time to some checks, but which could still be the case if we end up seeing Feeding Pit and nothing else. Like if we see Feeding Pit and we don't see anything in Venomous Pond or Pushadaku. And then for Belattor, that's also a possible Poison Bog if the hint was decent enough. Yeah, I wonder if Bellator is going to end up checking Dark Torvis before possibly considering if that's even on their mind, Hive Entrance. And they are heading towards Torvis again, so.
Well, like you said about, just nerves and running in a tourney, the tough part is going to be if you do find something in Dark Torvis, how does that psychologically play into your gameplay? Because you may think, oh man, this has been available.
Well, supers don't, if it's super missiles, they don't open up really anything in sync. Well, no, that's a lie. They could get to sync through Glow Torvis.
Well, even the opening of more of Torvis.
Yeah, but Torvis has so many checks too that they haven't even done. All lower Torvis is open, dark upper Torvis. Supers would open up the elevator to get into Torvis Grove, which is Power Bomb and also Screw Attack Lock for the sake of Meditation Vista. Mutually exclusive though, they're different rooms, so Power Bomb is not being part of Meditation Vista. Yeah,
Well, the
Hive Entrance
supers.
would not be on my mind at all if I was playing this. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just a super's fine. Just it extends your breadcrumbs that you can follow, and you may find seekers along that path too. I can't fault, like you said, I can't fault them for the choices they've made. They've been playing some really out of the box thinking and maneuvering with their loadout, but so far it hasn't really turned up the progression that they're hoping for.
Yeah.
Interesting though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hive Entrance is such a like unlikely spot for me to find anything that's like earlier than SDK, like late game or SDKs. I would be amazed if either player knew that Hive Entrance is in Logic.
I was just going to say, it's interesting, though, that both players have essentially made the same routing choices.
He's going back. Oh, Crash might get Dark Visor right now. Oh, it looks like he's going to do it.
This looks
He's
good.
going to screw attack. Don't morph. Is he morphing? He's doing it. Oh, he's in prime spot. No, pun intended. Spot to go into Sank and check Hive Entrance if he knows. Okay, are we gonna see? It wasn't high enough to do the. He has to bonk off, I think, and actually get close to the platform. All right.
So some serious, possible serious divergence here.
Super missiles! Super missiles and Kuchakov. Huge. Huge.
But that's what I was saying, you know, and it's always easy to look back on it, you know, with the knowledge. But dang, that's been available for a long time.
Sometimes it pays to be committed to gambling on Torvus early. Because sometimes it can have super missiles.
This is the fourth race I've calmed in this tournament, and this is the fourth time that Torvus has been the play.
Torvus is good, y'all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see chat talking about it a little bit. I think that in your mind, you think Crash went right when he came to Torvus, went through and picked this up. And I
would not put it past either player to think they're playing from behind right now.
Yeah, and I think that that's definitely a factor in these tournament randos for not just Prime 2, but anything. Trying to read and think, how is my opponent playing the same seed?
It's such that I hate being right, but it's like what's probable versus what's possible.
Now the only we're still definitely early on, but one of the big things that could tip the other way is if Crash happens to stumble upon Seekers on a different path.
If either player knows how to wall crawl from shrine access to the gateway, then that's not necessarily an issue. Or if they just do the screw attack.
I really would have liked to see that Hive Entrance play.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it could still be important for another item that we don't know about. We could have Boost Ball there, we could have Spider Ball there, we could have a Echo Visor there for some potential check requiring it. Annihilator Beam. And like that's the thing, we don't know what Hive Entrance has because it's locked by Cobalt. You need to kill Spider Guardian for it to even appear. And then B, like you have to go to Sank Entrance, and neither player can go there either. Granted, they're only a boost ball away from Sank Entrance being possible to check, but I think it makes sense for Belattor to stay here in Torvus, though, because supers open up so much stuff here versus, 2 checks in Aegon?
Oh yeah, when you're finished, just save warp out of here. I don't think there's any reason to leave, especially having found what you've been looking for a while, knowing it's been accessible. I think that Bellator is going to want to prioritize as much as Supers opens for him.
Yeah, imagine if Hive Entrance was the play and it was like Echo Visor or Annihilator Beam to or Spider Ball to like quad somehow, and then Supers ends up being in Torvus Energy. That would be the dream.
I would love to see something on Hive Entrance. I'm right there with you.
We could see a possible Annihilator Beam in the Cursed Lake. We don't know where Annihilator is yet.
Love the camera work on Bellator's side.
Potential intel, though. Could be some valuable intel. Emerald Translator, I feel like, is quite valuable. Dark Torvus Temple. Okay, not amazing.
Well, if Bellator needs another useless key, he now knows where to get it.
Mm-hmm. Well, this will lead him to the underground tunnel hint, so this will pan out nicely for him. He also could opt to go straight into Lower Torvus.
Well, with the there's a handful of items, about 3 or 4 down here, pushing out towards Meditation Vista, and then even I mean, you could really do this.
And as far as we know, these are also supers locked. As far as we know, these are also supers locked because this kind of access required supers to even through Torvus Energy or through the door. Dungeon major upgrade. Okay.
Good thing they grabbed that light suit.
And seeing as we still have plenty of upgrades for them to collect, that could be... I'm glad that Light Suit and Dark Visor still have a role to play. Just wasn't the one we expected. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one? I'm not apologizing for that. Crash overshooting the screw attack a little bit. I do that sometimes and it's great.
Crash is in the right spot.
Oh, there's, I think, gravity boost in Meditation.
So that means, I forget where the other one was, but we're like 99% sure that that has to be grapple, right?
100% sure that's grapple now.
Well, that's a big find with a lot of the information you just got too. So he can go ahead and head down.
I think it makes sense for Belattor to eventually get to dungeon now. We could have something in Dark Torvus Arena, but it's not necessarily that out of the way. At least while Bellator's still in Torvus. Excuse me. I have not drank enough coffee today.
You and me both.
Sorry, my friend just DM'd me, or just pinged me. He's super excited because I guess they just announced a release date for the second Sonic movie.
It's gotta feel good.
Gotta go fast. Bellator's gonna find Boost Ball right now. That kid. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it always feels good to come down to Lower Torvus with the gravity already in tow.
Mm-hmm.
Can save yourself a lot of...
Save yourself having to try underwater 20 times like I did yesterday. Oh my god!
Sky Temple grounds. Profane Path, is that what that was?
Yes! They don't have Echo or Annihilator yet.
We just keep adding to the list of what we're gonna need tonight.
Oh, Digglewrath, what have you done? What have you done? Emerald Translator's too good. It's literally like... Oh god. You know the joke of like 100% of the Fellowship strength, and you see the entire Fellowship in Lord of the Rings, and then you see 99% of the Fellowship strength that's just Samwise Gamgee. Emerald Translator is Samwise Gamgee, folks. Like so many races I've seen, Emerald Translators made a difference.
Yeah, that is some good information.
And especially when you have one blocking a hint in Fortress Transport, like it's too strong.
And with another Emerald hint, that is quad dead.
Yeah, Lord Torvis is super valuable for doing the Emerald World Tour.
And chat is pointing out that Reed made this seed. So
Reed made this. Oh, is Reed has Reed ascended to the throne? So what's gonna be here? Is it gonna be Echo Visor or Annihilator? I don't know what if he scanned the Luminov corpse. So I was looking at Crash.
It could be Seekers.
Could be.
I think Seekers is the most helpful find for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Logic, like it opens up the rest of Sank up.
What have you got for us? Annihilator beam.
All right, so that's one half of the equation.
I would
this
say
seed will be Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
This seed will be absolutely bonkers if Echo Visors in TTS. It's right there.
I was going to say, up until that find of the boost ball hint, that was kind of a womp for major upgrades.
Yeah. I figured we were going to find something off of those hints. Off of any of those hints in Lord Torvis. And that could still be the case with Training Chamber. I don't think we've seen that hint yet. And if Belattor finds Cannonball, or if either player finds Cannonball, like that just... If Boost Ball's only locking Hall of Honor dead, then... yeah, Echo and Annihilator could be just completely trivial to skip. We're already halfway there with Annihilator, but... We'll see where Echo Visor is. Just a few more seconds, we'll find out. Sonic Boom.
It's the down here you get the Annihilator package.
They're right next
the
to
whole
each
thing.
other. Okay, they're not right next to each other, but close enough.
It's the Make Some Noise starter set. There you go.
I would argue that they have a little bit of Sank access through considering main research transit station. Well, not necessarily transit station yet, but reactor core and main research for sure. Still have the Hive entrance. Oh my god, Hive entrance could have Echo Visor. Imagine if they're both Light Suit and Dark Visor locked. I saw something there in TTE, but I don't know what it was. Belattor is just moving forward, so clearly it wasn't anything important.
And Crash is making good progress to catch up. He put off Dark Torvis for a little bit longer than Belattor did, but he's grabbed those supers. He's heading down to hopefully grab his gravity boost.
All right, so the last hint that they have available to them right now is, or they don't have any hints available, but until they find Cobalt, they're going to be barren on hints until either one of them finds Seeker missiles for Mining Station B, or if they find Cobalt Translator, which isn't understandable. Oh, I wonder if Bellator is going to make that, see if it's the screw attack check. I mean, that's also like 4 quick checks for them, or 3. Yeah, 3, because they don't have Spider Ball yet. Yeah, do they stay in Torvis? That's the question.
Well, it's funny, about the first 45 minutes, the seed was holding our hand and just kind of walking us through, and now it's taking off the mask and showing us what it's really about. Got some awful layout for items towards the end.
Given that we're starting to get into the end game here, I don't think it would hurt to stay in Torvis, but I just don't know. Like,
and unfortunately,
you're good.
Oh, unfortunately, Crash overshooting that platform. He's going to want to try this again. Very important item coming up.
Yeah, that happens to every player, I feel. I do it too.
Is that a kitchen sink, Gallop? It could be an easy grab. It's not an easy grab.
Oh, it's on Power Bomb Guardian. I'm so sorry, Belattor. Your spider ball is in another castle. I feel like the Super Mario Brothers castle theme is just thematically it works for the descent into madness that I think we're all experiencing here.
Crash starting his descent into Lower Torvis here.
Oh, he's gonna get that hint really soon. He's not gonna be happy when he finds out.
It's a shame he's probably not in a terrible mood right about now, and it's all gonna disappear on the scan.
All right, I got super missiles. Time to finish the game. Time to get all these good checks. Boost ball and profane path.
Yep, that's a spirit breaker right there. Checking it just to be sure.
That pauses the moment that his heart is broken into.
Gun, if you mute the restream and you just listen softly, you can hear the cry in the distance.
Oh my God, there's Echo Visor. Wow. I'm in disbelief too, Belattor. I'm in disbelief too.
A little shimmy celebration over there on Bellator's side.
No, gravity boost wasn't necessary. So far, we haven't really seen an actual requirement for gravity boost.
It wasn't necessary, but it was certainly helpful.
Yes,
for absolutely. As much as they had to navigate down here.
Under Temple access strikes again. Unbelievable that both items were in Torvis. Well, no, not unbelievable. Totally believable.
It's the 2021 Torvis tournament, apparently.
Hey, Gald, can we get that kitchen sink emote again? Oh, it's speed sync. Oh, I get it, because like both players were kind of catching up, high-fiving.
Oh, I thought it was the kitchen sink.
I mean, it's useful too.
Well, Gallop's funnier than me, so I'll take it.
Never occurred to me you just dash around Grapple Guardian as it's grappling you. I just shoot it after it grabs me. For safety there. Maybe it's faster, just more risky. Oh, Quad is dead. I didn't see the hint there. So, no bosses are required this seed. That we know.
We had Crash took a couple of shots there at the in-cache hint of a beam upgrade here.
Okay, if I might interject real quick, technically this wasn't a no bosses seed because Belcher not quite getting the quick kill. Dark Alpha Spinner was required this seed. Which doesn't really matter because it's all required for resetting. Yeah, Bellator is saying, nope, I'm out of here. Under Transit 1, save me.
If you want to get real technical, the Bomb Guardian had space jump, so.
Oh yeah, true.
It's a no major bosses required.
All Guardian Seed. Or all main Guardian Seed. see if Crash ends up getting Echo Visor, or if they decide to duck out of Torvis. Personally, I don't see them having any reason to leave Torvis, since logically, like they still logically don't have Torvis access, or sorry, Sank access, but minus you know, the few checks that they can go through from Aegon, or the few places they can go into from Aegon. But
so as much as it's been fun to find all these big upgrades down here, we are still on the hunt for Spider Ball, Boost Ball, and Seeker Missiles, all technically required.
now with Boost Ball, Sank does open up. Or no, it still doesn't. There's no Seeker Missiles. But I mean, at this point, it may be feasible for Belattor to be like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about Seekers too much. And like, Seekers could be like in Sank, but on like main research too, or research, or reactor core. Could still be Hive entrance for all we know. So now that Bellator's cleared out as much of Torvis as they can, I mean, imagine getting Boost Ball, then having to go back to like Plaza access, and getting Seekers there.
At this point, I wouldn't put it past it.
Reed Seed. Oh, and I was proven correct. The Dark Crystal, or the Light Crystal in Crypt, those platforms are controlled by the Light Crystal, not the spinner, like I thought it was. Okay. So with this, Sank entrance opens up. There's Echo Visor for, boom, Tetris for KrashBoomBang. Plenty of power shots. I'm in solidarity with you, my dude. That was a pretty nasty set of checks. All right, looks like inline's got to step away for a little bit, so I'll be flying solo here for the time being. Oh, right, this is beginner settings, so Spider would be necessary as well. Crash hasn't dove into Under Temple. I don't think they do the, or know. I'm not sure if they know or if they just don't do the strat. Looks like they're going to be doing the... Wait, didn't Crash already do Dark? Oh, I hope they're not going to Under Temple. Unless they're doing Grapple Guardian. Oh, they went to Under Transit 1 from Crypt. They haven't done Grapple Guardian yet. It's just, I guess it's fair. You never know if Torvis is going to hide one more thing or not. Hey, welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for holding down the fort for a hot minute.
So, Crash just got their Echo Visor, and they are... oh, they're opting to lead Torvis. Okay. Yeah, I can see why. Wanting to get Boost Ball right away. Ooh, if this routing works out, Belattor can do Hall of Honor Dead on their way to Sank entrance if they decide to go there. Like, imagine if their progression is still in Torvis, though, with Plaza access. Or Dark Torvis Arena.
That's kind of what I'm afraid of.
I
feel like that's
too.
what this seed is slowly becoming known for.
You know, for a no bosses seed, this seed will not end. It's only been an hour and a half, and it's felt like an eternity just with the linear progression.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful backwards morph through that.
Yeah, that's actually probably one of the more satisfying like inbounds tricks is being able to dip into Halvan or Dead without boost ball or seekers.
You know, and I feel like I'd be remiss to not point out for all the splits and bad locations and things, our runners are just a few minutes apart from each other.
Yeah, it's amazing how close this has been. Like, they could have gambled that away, but then just Torvis ended up being the play. Or, sorry, Upper Dark Torvis, I should say.
I think super missiles are the final boss of this one, apparently.
So I forget, do we have oh yeah, we still have a confirmed Spider Ball, and Defiled Shrine is open to Belattor. Well, actually, it's open to both players. Oh wait, sorry, I thought he was in, for some reason I thought Crash was in War Ritual Grounds for some reason. I was like, wait, that can't be Cannonball. I'm like, wait, we were just there. I'm Bash, I'm tired. Yeah. Maybe Crash just needed to confirm with their own eyes that it was in fact Boost Ball in that spot.
Yeah, do you really blame him for not trusting the seed at this point?
I call it the 5 stages of seed grief. You have denial, and then you have anger. And then you have bargaining. Then sadness, and then acceptance. Oh, Belattor are gonna do some pro gamer strats with the BSJ here, I think, or maybe. I need to learn this BSJ.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the choices that Crash makes now with the same loadout as Belattor.
Is Torvis hiding one more item, or are we just is this a Sank play, or is it Aegon and just Storage C has something for no reason? For me, the biggest like sus thing is somebody just said sus in a Metroid stream. Defiled Shrine. We have that Morph Ball upgrade hint.
Looks like some rage on Crash's side.
Yep. Belattor did it. Yeah, I respect this. I hugely respect this play. It's one of those like edge case, like this is what Boost Ball walks. It's also very possible that it's just for the SDK, but seeing that we don't know where Seekers are and seeing that what do we call it? We don't have Spider yet. I respect it.
Now, keep in mind that we only have 3 unknown key locations at this point, so stumbling upon another one would really cut down on what you need to search out.
Entrances there. Okay, so Crash knows about this now. I wonder if they're gonna dip into base access and check that. Given that they don't have any other hits available to them aside from what's on the in caches, And since Crash is going in this direction, I think it makes sense to do this.
Was this for a morph ball system?
Yeah, this could be Spider.
Okay.
He's not going that way. Was that Cannonball? There's
Spider
Spider.
Ball.
Okay. Folks, we are a Seeker / Cobalt away from game mode for both players. Wow. Torvis was holding on to one more item. That could be a Cannonball on Defiled Shrine. So this actually absolutely works out for Crash if they continue going this direction. Crazy how that Forgotten Bridge PSJ worked out for them. Could also be a Seeker skip seed too, if Belattor wants to do it. If Seekers aren't required for anything. I mean, granted, with Screw Attack and game knowledge and knowing how to Screw Attack the Seeker locks, I don't think there's anything hard requiring Seekers now. Now that all of Sank's now accessible. Well, all Sank minus Sank map and Spider Guardian. But I mean, Sank map actually wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility for an SDK. So far, we've only seen really dungeon, I think, blocking, requiring light suit the seed.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have access now to that Cobalt translator.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
So the question is, do you go to Sank and bank on finding something and hope that Spider's not guarding anything? It is 3 items behind that fight.
Personally, PB Guardian is a bit of a commitment, but okay, looks like nothing in Plaza. But if you want to get certainty on a seed, it could be well worth the trade-off. Granted, that gives the other player the opportunity to, since they're actually pretty much high-fiving, to skip that and just go make those checks anyway. Cobalt, I think at this point is mainly useful for if Sank Map or Fire Guardian are required. And technically Hive Dynamo as well, but because you're gonna be routing through the same areas anyway, minus like Vault and like potentially Hive Gyro. Granted, you're not really going through Hive Gyro for Cobalt stuff.
No, the only reason I ask is I feel like that's one of those things, like this is where that late supers factors in your decision making. If you had picked up supers your first time through Torvis, dipping down to make sure you grabbed that probably would just be a no-brainer, so you knew you could cover everything.
So Belattor going to lower Torvis, I could see them making either point at this point. Given that Cobalt was in Logic, or is part of the hints, that also could be a tell that maybe you need Cobalt for one of those 2 rooms, or 3 rooms. But it looks like he's just going straight to Sank and ignoring the requirement for Cobalt. I think he's convinced that Seekers are probably over here, and I don't blame him for thinking that. I imagine he probably thinks he's playing from behind right now.
Oh, I think either play is respectable and well informed. I think it just comes down to that idea. Are you playing from behind so much that you overlook something like that?
Just inherently making that educated guess. I think skipping Cobalt here does make sense statistically, given that it's only locking 3 items, 2 if you do the out of bounds. Oh, Crash is gonna love this.
Crash, it's good for you. Go get it. There we go. Oh, a nice little ring around there with the screw attack.
Just don't get too attached, Crash.
Kind of hamster whaling there when he got that.
There's Cannonball. Nice. So the Foul Shrine was dead. Also with the Annihilator Beam that they picked up, that killed off a Crucible from being open. Which, I mean, it didn't matter because Seekers are logically their last item to get. Oh, he didn't get a... He may not have gotten the drop from the other one, unless it just didn't drop any power bombs. Okay, it did. Looking like Transit Station didn't have anything.
I didn't get a look at it, but he's not.
Okay, I swear, if Seekers are here in Reactor Core, I'm gonna be upset. Okay, thank goodness.
It's a missile, but not the one we're looking for.
Okay, if Seekers were there, that was gonna be like the third Go mode Reactor Core that I've seen this seed. Well, no mode, I guess. If I'm going for PB drops, I always break both turrets. Interesting.
Oh, I don't remember getting a look at what was in Calling Chamber. Maybe Belattor did see.
Okay, this play makes sense. Hive entrance into Hive Gyro to get both items out of the way. Sorry, what were you saying in line? I interrupted you again for the
no.
time.
I said I didn't get a look at what was in Calling Chamber. He may know.
What's up, dark ammo? Okay, Belattor is not doing the Hive entrance gamble. I think he's just going straight to Hive Gyro, which, I mean, he could still do Hive entrance since he has to come back down anyways, unless Seekers end up being in Hive Gyro. And given how late logically Boost and Spider are, it's very possible that Seekers are here. But sometimes your last item is locked by directly by the previous item. Sometimes it doesn't work out like that, but I've seen plenty of seeds where this play makes sense, and it's not in Hive Gyro.
Yeah, I think in most of these cases, the later game you get, the more likely your progression is kind of stacked on top of itself.
The Crash is really like on his tail, like still a close seed.
Yeah, no doubt it's been impressive run on both sides to see, for all the divergence, for all the horrible scenarios, to still see it such a close race.
Belattor is not going to Hive entrance. At this point, I'm not convinced that Seekers are going to be there, considering how long Hive entrance has been available to them. But you just never know.
And Crash staying true to form, scanning his cannonball as well.
That could be it.
Is that a missile upgrade? I didn't.
Upgrade.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
That could
Cobalt.
be Seekers.
The game tried to tell you where it
We know where
was.
Cobalt is. Yeah, I know. Now, if Belattor knows the secret world, then Hive Dynamo isn't an issue. That's crazy.
And if that is the logical expectation, this is just a mean seed.
Thank you, Page Anything Man. Please follow these runners. They have done an outstanding job trying to stay ahead of the seed, and while the seed is certainly making both players work for their victory here, it's been a great effort from both Crash and Belattor. Also, just want to shout out in line here for commentating with me, as well as Galt for tracking.
Well, thank you. Make sure you give Bash Prime a follow while you're at it.
I'm okay.
Great co-com. Appreciate the company and the good conversation.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know what I was doing by thinking, oh, I'll just sacrifice some sleep and do an early morning commentary, but I'm glad I'm here today.
Well, I'm glad you're here today. I signed up for this 10 a.m. and I thought, man, I hope somebody else signs up. It's pretty early.
This seat is not disappointed.
No, we're just a few minutes shy of the 2-hour mark, and we're still hunting down these Seeker missiles. Although, we did just get a hint, maybe, fingers crossed, that we might know where they are now.
I didn't check, did Crash get the Hive Dynamo hint, or did only Belattor?
Oh, Crash got the Hive Dynamo hint.
Okay.
So we have a missile-related upgrade in Hive Dynamo.
Well, good news is we might get blessed by O'Lear a second time. These lock-ons control sometimes. Even with the lock-on, sometimes you're not quite hitting the sound lock.
And everyone's favorite useless key.
There's actually several ways you can get to Hive Dynamo. You could just wall crawl straight there, and you can also wall crawl from the energy controller to Worker's Path. Worker's Path wall crawl isn't actually too bad, but again, it's inherently risky movement, especially if you're not like super core. Oh, Bellator's going for it! If there's any Cobalt skip that you should do, I would say this is the one. Oh my goodness. Oh no, he transitioned back. Oh no. Oh, when did he last save? Oh my god, they're like literally high-fiving. Oh, but Crash. Okay, Belattor is still in a good position here. He can just try it again.
Yeah, I don't remember where his last save was.
Okay, he did save and sank, so must have been in main gyro. I wasn't paying attention, so that's on me. So gonna lose a few minutes here, but he can just go straight to. I imagine he's gonna go straight to Temple again. May do the second puzzle again. God, imagine if it's Ari the whole time. It was me.
Well, that just goes to show you just how well routed both these runners have been.
Dark Samus 2, just uncloak yourself. It was me, Austin. Even my immediate family bought it. I don't think it's going to be Ari. I believe at this point it's Hive Dynamo.
Crash making some nice use of that standable terrain, skipping half this puzzle.
I've been wrong before. So I don't blame Belattor for... I wouldn't call it a blunder, but it's pretty... That transition is not the friendliest to get into... when wall crawling out of bounds into... when transitioning from the energy controller to the controller access. I'm a little surprised that they're putting it off, but maybe they want to not lose out on potential checks, which it's not a bad thing considering that Crash is also doing the same thing. And if it turns out that Seekers are over here instead, then...
Or an STK.
Yeah, or an STK. So, I mean...
So that, just so you all understand, we're down to 2. That's it.
Also, down to 2 SDKs left? Sorry.
Yep, 2 that we don't know the location of.
And this one was also spider required. This Bellator will be happy to find that.
Yes, they still have to go back and get the junction site. I was referring to 2 that they don't know the location of.
Junction site won't be too difficult from the route in.
Oh, never mind.
Wow.
1.
Have we seen the other ATS key yet?
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say, Bash?
Did you see the other ATS item by any chance?
No. It was an energy tank. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Why is ATS such a good room for randomizer?
Our runners are neck and neck as we are picking up what will be our 7th Sky Temple key. We have knowledge of 1 more, and there's 1 more outlying. This could be a hintless seed, Bash.
You love to see it.
You love to see it, but do you love to run it when it's as frustrating as some of this has been?
Oh, absolutely not.
And I didn't get a look at the great Chozo treasure that was given to the Luminoth this time, but apparently it's not worth it.
Clearly it was Screw Attack 2, the Squeakle.
Now, see, I feel like at this point, and weigh in on this, Bash, for sure, because I may have no idea what I'm talking about. I feel like at this point, if you find Seekers, you maybe just prioritize Seekers checks a little bit, or do you go right over and check that last tin? Because I feel like it's a bigger time commitment in most cases to go all the way back to check it.
You know, that's a good point. If it's going to take you potentially a few minutes to do all the Seeker checks, then honestly, I think it's worth playing the gateway hints. Plus, you can also save warp back, so it's not a huge investment. I think gaining that certainty again after not having hints for a while does play out. Granted, it is scary because both Crash and Belattor are in the same boat. I don't blame Belattor for kind of going for these checks instead, but I don't know. Personally, I would have probably tried with the Hive Dynamo hint. I would have probably tried again, knowing that I'm probably playing from behind. I'm gonna risk it. But I mean, again, it could have nothing here. And I mean, Crash is doing the same thing because neither of them have Cobalt. And I mean, it could also not matter if Seekers end up being in Sync Map Station.
Yeah, no, I don't argue the...
He's not doing Airy. He's going to save again. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. This is good. This is good for Belattor. It gives him options. He can save warp back here and then do Airy afterwards.
So it does appear that Crash may be going after that Cobalt.
Wow.
Which I'm a more conservative runner when it comes to things, so I actually really appreciate this play.
I do too. I respect playing the logic, even if I disrespect the logic when I play tournament settings. But, okay, Belattor is going for Airy.
But I also really like this play on Bellator's side.
Actually, this works out because he can just check the item during the fight and then just quit the game and reload his save.
Yeah, for sure. It would have been a lot nicer to grab Cobalt on your way into Sank as opposed to dipping and backing up.
Yeah. Given that so far we haven't found anything.
Yeah, with what we have cleared in Sank and what's still locked behind Cobalt.
And I mean, Seekers might not even be here. It could be an Aegon. Okay, Crash is smart to do this, I think. Belattor almost doing Dark Samus in a Prime 3 Corruption style. Is that the last
was that an STK?
I think that was an STK.
Oh, there you go.
Unbelievable.
All 9. See what I was saying? You don't even go back and check those hits.
Wow, it's not even Seekers locked. That's
huge.
That's huge for Belattor. Now he can just now at this point he can just clear out Sank and then go get Cobalt if he needs to, and then worst comes to worst, do Aegon.
Yeah, that is one that's gonna bite you for not being aware of, because there's really no good reason unless Crash comes back in here and he's still looking for Seekers like this. But with his prioritizing of Cobalt, it's unlikely Airy is going to be a play. Oh, that's rough.
Belattor not getting the best Dark Samus 2 fight, but it doesn't matter. He's here and Crash is not. And at this point, it comes down to Belattor just needing to look through a few more rooms. Granted, if Crash routes in very quickly and also gets the knowledge of having Seekers, then the momentum could still shift his way. But I mean, if Belattor just goes straight to Hive Dynamo through the wall crawl through Spider Guardian, then I think this is his race. Like if it turns out that Seekers is in fact there, which I kind of think it is, this is Bellator's race to lose.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I was saying about the. It seems unlikely that
his lead is not commanding though.
No, I mean all it takes is Crash to take a peek up here just to see, but it seems unlikely because he is clearly prioritizing Cobalt. And if Cobalt locks Seekers, which we're kind of assuming it does, and you take those Seekers to get a check of the Sky Temple, hence you're so far distancing yourself from where you need to be.
Now, this would be huge for Crash if it turns out that Sank Map is is where Seekers are. think Bellator saves here and then tries a Sync Energy Controller Secret World again. That's my play. And then he goes. And then worst comes worst, he maybe does Aegon, but I don't know. Or maybe he attempts to do Secret World through. Yeah, maybe he's just ducking out. Oh yeah, I think he's just gonna go do the wall crawl. Yeah, there's no point. He can just do Secret Skip. I didn't know if he has done it through like Shrine Access, but yeah, I think Bellator is just in Gomo now. He can just do the Secret Skip. Arguably a better use of his time to use whatever precious time he has left being in the lead. Just going to Gateway. He can save at the ship. He can, yeah. Bellator's in a really good position. It just occurred to me.
And he doesn't know it, but he has a lot of time to try.
Yeah. Oh, right. Crash isn't in Grapple Guardian. I see why Crash is doing this, but it's not going to work out for him. Yeah, absolutely. This is absolutely Bellator's game to lose now.
Yeah, Bellator
folks,
taking him. Go ahead.
You spoke first. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Bellator taking a peek in the area and finding that 9th Sky Temple key. He has knowledge of where his 9th one is, so he's on his way to grab that now.
I'm in disbelief that Airy mattered. Not disbelief, just in a thanks I hate it kind of way.
Well, as long as this keeps running, I hope we at least get to find out where Seekers was.
Maybe this seed wasn't about Seekers. Maybe it was about the friends we made along the way. Also, this works out for Bellator if Seekers end up being in Warriors Walk of all places. Bellator going around the force field even though he's already done the fight. Looks like
I didn't get a look at it.
I guess he did. I wasn't able to see it. Seek into missiles. And there we go. Last SDK for Bellator.
You know, with something with Seekers in the name, you think it would try less hard to be avoided.
Maybe Seekers are also on the move and they're trying to find you. It's like a one-up mushroom in Mario 64.
Or a poison mushroom in Mario and the Lost Levels.
It does not tire. It does not sleep.
Well, at 2 hours and about 8 minutes or so, Bellator has picked up 9 Sky Temple keys. He's going to head over to attempt the Seeker Skip and put this one to bed.
It shouldn't be too bad. It's just a matter of dealing with the bigger box in Shrine Access and then jumping to the door and, or not even jumping to the door, just stealing warping into Gateway Access. Shouldn't be too difficult. Having supers and not Seekers is, I would say, is better than not having supers but having Seekers. You can get to the Gateway without needing either item with wall crawling, but with having to go to abandoned base and going to affectionately called the Ride. and then going out of bounds from there. It's more obnoxious.
What was I just a part of? What happened? What was that?
You're part of the bash prime. Oh my god, my reverb was turned way up. I'm sorry. What I meant to say was the ride.
Oh, there we go. It was discernible this time. That's funny. I'll have to work in some reverb tricks to my commentary. Good inspiration, Bash. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Armed with Cobalt, Crash is going to go ahead and go through Sank, so we may get our knowledge of Seekers. We also may not. They may not be here, so.
It's about the friends we made along the way.
A progressive suit about 2 hours too late to be worth anything to us.
I mean, this could also be like a Sank entrance Cobalt hit, which is even worse. I mean, Seekers could be in Sank entrance after all this time. Like, that's what Spider could open up as well. It just occurred to me that that's the way to go. Okay, so I think Belattor saved recently enough. I think he's done. I feel like he's done this skip too, but maybe not. Yeah, the screw attack getting out of bounds here is not too difficult. He's a little bit far away here, but I mean, he's got time to kill, so he's all good.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest positive on his side. He has got a lot of time to try this, especially before Crash makes his way up to the area. I mean, maybe he peeks up there, but I feel like it's a very unlikely play.
Oh, that was close. He'll get it. He's kind of just getting a feel for where to go. I don't think he was quite centered.
I feel for him though, because again, both of our runners picked up super missiles quite late in the run when they were available pretty early, so I could feel the nerves.
Yeah, I think Aaron's on the money. I think he's a little high. There we go.
There it is.
All
Nicely done.
Just find the Aether box. I don't know if this side works better versus the other side. Oh no, this side definitely works better. Past the hard part. Gotta Aether jump up and get to the top of the hallway. I believe this room is loaded already, so I don't think he has to force load anything. Oh no, I'm sorry. The other side is better. The tunnel's from the other side. My correction. I stand corrected. Okay, he's almost there. You might want to back up a little bit further, but. Getting to Gateway is going to be an inevitability at this point.
I think we had a hint. Spider Ball is 3 rooms away from a charge combo. I'm mesmerized over here.
I think super missiles. It's not high enough. There we go. Oh, he needs to transition back. There we go. He's got this. Yeah, he's good. He's good to go now. And he's done it. Belattor has a clear path ahead of him now.
Well done. Very impressive.
If you want to skip Seekers and haven't done wall crawls before, this is a wall crawl to learn, folks. Actually, not too bad. A little annoying with the... I would say with the screw attack, secret world, but... Oh yeah, this is GG for Belattor, no final bosses.
Yep. Just gotta...
Oh, I think
Step into
Belattor
the
times
light
on-
there.
I think Belattor times on the credits. But that is a GG's for Belattor, finishing, let's see, I think he's finished with the SRL. Yep, finishing with the race time GG time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 37 seconds.
GG's for sure. Quite a tough run.
Mm-hmm. Not the friendliest seed, having a lot of the choke points. I mean, having Profane Path locked by Light Suit is something I didn't think I would say today.
And Crash, armed with Cobalt, is going to be checking some more of these hints as he makes his way, no doubtably, over to the Spider Guardian fight just across this room.
Once again, just want to remind everyone, if you liked what you saw today, please follow our runners. Right, I want to give big shouts to KrashBoomBang and Belattor for putting on a fantastic performance today. It looks like Belattor will be joining us on commentary in just a bit here.
Yeah, and with that last hint scan, we have a forfeit on KrashBoomBang's side.
Hello,
But-
Belattor. GG's.
Hello.
GG's.
Admittedly, it didn't occur to me until after you got Ares SDK, where I'm like, oh, you might just go for Seeker Skip. And try that.
Yeah.
I was
Actually-
convinced you were gonna try to go for.
I
Well,
tried.
I-
I tried once to skip Cobalt to go to Spider Guardian, but I don't know why my dash didn't make across. Maybe a too bad dash in Sank Temple.
Welcome, Crash.
Hey,
GG.
Where-
GG's, Crash.
We cannot hear you, Crash.
every single time I join something,
Oh,
there's a
there you go.
okay. Every single time I join something, there's always mic troubles. yeah. Where were Seekers?
We don't.
I don't know.
Oh, you did the out of bounds to bypass it?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Do you want to know where the last SDK was?
Hive entrance.
Airy.
Oh, I was gonna check it too. I would have found every single key before Seekers.
That's what I did.
Oh, this was an uncool seed. Ugh. And we don't, because it's a race seed where we can't even have a spoiler log. We won't even know where Seekers are.
Yeah. You both
I
were
mean-
fingers away from go mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the whole time.
I mean, we can replay the seed to see where Seeker are.
Yeah, I mean,
I can Hive Dynamo, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe.
well, I still have my Dolphin open, so I might check that after we close off the stream and then let everyone know.
Tell me if you found it.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
curious.
if it's there, then that'll be like the cherry on top of this seed because it was so rude.
Oh yeah.
When did you pick up Light Suit?
Very early, actually.
Because that was like, because I was making some stupid mistakes throughout the early parts of the race, and then at that point I was like, oh well, I'm probably going to lose. But then I saw that hint for a major upgrade in Dungeon.
Dungeon, yeah.
Yeah, because I had picked up Light Suit before then, and I was like, oh, maybe me stupidly doing all these random checks in Temple Grounds wasn't a bad idea. And then it turned out to actually be required.
So you both handled checks in different orders. Crash, you went into Torvis really early on, but neither of you did Upper Dark Torvis until it was like your last checks.
Yeah,
You both got supers not too far apart from each other.
yeah, that's what I figured happened. Like, because you don't want to go into Dark Upper Torvis when it's like you only have one thing to check there.
That's true.
The Sky Temple key, but yeah. So there was, because after, I just want to run through what the logic chain of this was, because it was like, after getting Light Beam, you go get Screw Attack, Dark Visor, light suit. Then go into not lower dark Torvus. Well, get supers and then go into lower dark Torvus to get Annihilator and Echo.
And gravity boost in Meditation Vista as well.
Oh, yeah, get that on the way. And then finally go to get Boost Ball to take that to get Spider Ball, which I'm going to assume that you did the BSJ to get over that instead.
Where was it again?
You didn't pick up Spider?
He did.
I did, I just forgot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's easy to forget. It was on not Boost Guardian, but the other item in his room.
It was the ramp. I don't know what that ramp.
Oh, the ramp, yeah. The ramp.
I was convinced it was in Defiled Shrine, but I was proven incorrect when Belattor found a glowing orb and it was not in fact Cannonball.
Yeah, and then Cannonball ended up being in main research instead. Thanks, game. But that whole Boost Ball chain with the key and Hall of 100 Dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was something for just Boost Ball.
Stuff.
Actually, when I picked up light suits, I was really hoping that this early light suit would make something good for me. And when I found nothing special in Sank access, and when I saw it was Annihilator on dungeon, I was still holding off. Like, if this light suit is not required, Crash gonna have a huge advantage over me.
Well, we both picked it up pretty early anyway. But I did, like, after getting light suit, I did the same thing you did, where I immediately circled all the way back to get Fortress Transport access.
Also, Hive Entrance wasn't logic as soon as you both got light suit and Dark Visor, since you already had a screw attack and power bombs.
Yeah, I was wondering if I should go to Hive Entrance, but it's always a one-off check. Same for Incash 2 and what's the room name again? Before Incash 1, I always forgot.
Feeding Pit.
Feeding Pitch, right.
Yeah.
I was considering doing those two check at some point, but like I said, it's out of the way things you don't want to go back to. And when I saw the STK on Airy, I was sweaty and pretty nervous.
Well, it was for all the going around and some different routing here and there. Right at that Airy split, you went to Airy Bellator, and that was the same time that Crash decided to go back to get the Cobalt. So you guys were neck and neck. I mean, high-fiving in rooms constantly.
Oh,
well, closer than I would have expected then. I thought you were going to be way ahead of me the whole time.
Yeah, I'd say the seed proved otherwise.
But yeah, now I want to go check that Hive Dynamo item to see if that is Seekers. So yeah.
Could be. There's no much stuff left in the seed.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not sure where
chance.
else it could be. Probably like Hive Entrance. Well, I never checked the Sank Entrance hint either, which is the one hint that's left. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one hint that I still need.
I never did Sank Entrance, Hive Entrance, Incash 2, Feeding Pit. Hive Dynamo Works, and it's maybe all. Yeah.
Did you
Might
at
be
least detour to Transit Tunnel South?
No.
Aww.
Oh no! I did it right as I picked up the Annihilator Beam.
Nice.
I went to Meditation Vista with that boost ball, and I saw Gravity Boost, and I instantly went into Lower Torvus, picked up Annihilator, and checking TTS on the way.
Yeah, the best item was there.
Yeah.
Hey, I do apologize. I have to get going, but I just want to thank you both for putting on a great show for us. Vanline, it was a pleasure commentating with you. I will
Thank you to be here that early.
Yeah, thanks for putting up with commentating this seed.
No, it was a pleasure.
That was
Well,
an awesome time.
I'm out. Make sure to follow our commentators and trackers today. Inline, just great commentating with you, and Galt, thank you for manning the tracker. And follow our runners. Seriously, they put on a great show. Anyways, I'm out of here. I'm Bash Prime. Thank you all. I will leave the rest to you, Inline.
Yeah, take care. Have a great rest of your day, Bash. Thank you so much. Enjoyed it.
You too. Take care.
Yeah, please be sure to give these runners a follow and everybody involved. Thanks to Gollop and Bash. Some great stuff this morning. What a great way to start off a Wednesday.
Yeah,
Totally.
for sure.
So with that, though, I don't know if you guys have any questions for each other, if chat has any questions for our runners as we wrap up here.
All I got left is, if you want the secret ending to the seed, where we see if we can find seekers, come on down to the Discord server. And that's where we have our community. And if you're interested in joining that, learning more about the randomizer, and seeing if seekers are in this place, then come on down.
I'm glad you said that. I was gonna ask, could you please post that wherever you do end up finding it?
Oh, I definitely
to know.
Yeah, I definitely will.
All right. Well, if nothing else, thank you so much to our runners. GG's Belattor on the win. GG's Crash for a great race. It was very entertaining.
Good game.
All right, everybody. Make sure you tune in. We've got plenty of Metroid Prime 2 randomizer throughout the day and throughout the week. Some great tournament matchups going on. For my co-com Bash Prime, our tracker Gallop, and I am 329th in line. We hope you enjoyed this race this morning, and we'll see you next mission.
See you.